Hi, I'm Kim.
I'm Brad.
We're 626 Ohana, California, and today we're going to be talking about the reopening of downtown Disney at Disneyland Resorts.
So if you're going to come down and visit Southern California or coming from local, we're going to let you know what we found out of information on the reopening. So please like, subscribe,
and follow along with our Ohana.
And of course, we'll give you any tips and tricks we find along the way.
Okay, so merely 2 days away, downtown Disney is reopening.
So we're filming this on July 7th, so...
The data that we're going to give you is as of today.
Yes. So some of the information we found out about downtown Disney.
All right, so the hours are going to be from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not a bad hour time. I was really surprised when I saw that.
I was too. So you're only going to have one place to park if you come in, and that's at Simba's parking lot, which is usually the cast members' parking lot.
So Simba is kind of on the other side of the Paradise Pier Hotel, so it's kind of the walking distance would be from the back of California Adventure all the way to downtown Disney. So that's going to be quite a walk. Yeah,
I actually went on Apple Maps and did the walking time, and it's about 14 minutes, give or take a little bit, but that's about average. It's located on the corner of Catella and Walnut. They say Disneyland Drive, but really Disneyland Drive's one street over. So that's just something to be aware of.
So what you'll do is you'll have to walk past the Paradise Pier up to the Disneyland Hotel, then you walk in right by the Earl of Sandwich, which is at the very front of downtown Disney. Yes. Unless you're taking a ride share. Yeah,
then they're gonna have the drop off, or people that walk in come in at Harbor Boulevard.
So you're coming in from the opposite direction in.
Yeah, so the one thing they're gonna do before you ever get in is they're gonna have capacity measures. They're not saying how many people that is, but don't know that if you go down, you may not still be allowed in, especially maybe in the first few days.
And of course, with all those normal security procedures, they're also going to be taking your temperature. So if you have a temperature of 100.4 or above, you're not going to be allowed in.
Correct. Or they're going to take you to the side, try to figure it out, whatnot. But yeah, that's the cutoff. Children age 2 and over are they're going to be mandatory to wear masks.
So you're going to have to bring one of these little beauties with you to be allowed in to park, and also to let you know that actually in the state of California right now, any public place that you're at, you're actually supposed to be wearing this.
Okay, so that's just the rules of Disney. All right. So the other thing is that they are going to do is they recommend you to use a cashless system. Yeah,
so you know, all the Android Pay, Apple Pay, anything that has tap to pay is going to be very encouraged. They don't want to have anybody touching cards and everything else. Yeah. And quite frankly, I've always enjoyed using Apple Pay because it makes things a lot simpler.
Right, Brad's done it a long time before this, so that was an easy transition for him. And definitely if I were going to downtown Disney, I would be doing cashless systems.
So yeah, if you haven't used it, try it.
So the one thing is, they said if you're going to eat at the restaurants, you're going to have reservations. I tried to look at reservations today on the Disney app, and they redirect you to the Disneyland website, and there's nothing available as of yet.
Yeah, and they even stated that actually some of the restaurants could be using an outside service that be making their reservations as well. So check on the website for different restaurants and see what they're doing for their reservations would be encouraged.
Right. So I'll just give you a tip. When I looked at when we were going to go to Disney World this summer, I was looking at OpenTable. I was able to get the Boathouse before the Disney World apps opened to make reservations. So I had one before most people would have been able to.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that might apply here too, so just keep an eye out on it.
And now they're also going to be using single-use menus or digital menus. Of course, they're going to want you to use the digital menus because they don't want to waste the paper and throw them away every time.
Right, but actually I would feel more comfortable using my own digital menu.
Yeah, you don't have anybody touching it.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
So I think that's a win-win overall.
And then the other thing is, with the recent increases of COVID cases in Los Angeles County and Orange County, that some things have changed. So they're going to probably have only outdoor seating at this time.
That's what they've said, yeah.
So that way you have airflow going, and tables are going to be 6 feet apart. If you want to model what they're kind of following, look at what they did for Disney Springs reopening.
Yeah. So with all that's going on, there's only been a few places that have reconfirmed that they're going to be reopening on July 9th. And so we'll go through that list real quick.
So the first one is, it's at the Yuba bar?
Yeah, we've never actually been there, But I find it kind of interesting that they're being allowed to reopen.
Well, what we found out from what Orange County says is that they have to actually serve food with alcohol. So they have to have a dining option to be able to get alcohol, so that they probably have food there. Would be the only reason they'd be open, as any other bar in the whole.
Well, most traditional bars and taverns and such are not open right now.
Yeah, they're closed.
In Los Angeles County or Orange County.
So we probably won't see those for at least another 3 weeks, is what we're understanding.
So I'm sure that will be a very popular place.
And the next place is the Naples Ristorante e Pizzeria.
So that's great. That sounds so delicious right now.
Yeah, it does.
I know, I'm a little hungry. Next is one of my favorite places, which is Rinse Bath and Body Company. And they're going to be reopening, which is great because they also have hand sanitizer they sell, and they smell really good. No, we are not sponsored by them. I just really like the company.
The next place is going to be Curl, Surf, and Sugar Boo.
Okay, haven't been in there. We're not surfers.
Okay. And then, of course, you always can smell it right when you're walking into Disneyland is La Brea Bakery.
Ah, yum. That would be such a treat right now.
You can smell that bread.
Yeah.
So there are a few restaurants that have confirmed are not opening right when they're opening.
Catal Restaurant and Tortilla Joe's, which is really fascinating to me because they both have outdoor dining already before everything started.
Yeah, that was actually built into their whole design in the first place, which is kind of interesting. So maybe they're just not ready or don't feel comfortable opening yet.
And other places just haven't said either way or confirmed to anyone that they're reopening. So there could be more.
Yeah, there could be. And we actually haven't heard if World of Disney's opening yet.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that would be kind of nice if it did open, because they have their own line of masks out there too.
Yeah, some Disney characters, kind of like what you can find on Shop Disney, which would be great.
But other than that, it's...
So there's just some things that we are going to talk about for safety and things that we're considering and things about us. The one thing to know, as of today, July 7th, Orange County is number 3 highest counties in the state for COVID-19 cases.
Yeah, that's pretty high. It's been kind of jumping back and forth in between that 3rd and 4th position for a few days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we live in Los Angeles County, which is its neighbor. Yeah.
Most people brag when they're number 1 about something. I'm not going to brag about this.
So it's natural to assume that Orange County is going to go up because they're a neighbor right next to it. Los Angeles County is just going to happen. Yeah. So for us,
that's just something to know if you're coming from out of area or you're in area and you're considering going. It may or may not sway your decision.
Yeah. And then there's another thing to be aware of. So we're not going to go to the opening, unfortunately. We just don't feel comfortable.
It's definitely that first day there's going to be a ton of people there. And there's going to be a lot of excitement, and rightfully so. But we just want to wait until things cool down a bit.
Yeah. And another thing is there's going to be only limited parking for Downtown Disney.
Yeah, it is free, which is a really nice perk. But I'm not worried about the parking. That wouldn't sway me either way.
So, and then again, we just don't know what's going to be open yet.
Yeah.
If it's going to be very limited, it may be a fun walk to go do, but unfortunately, it may not be worth the crowds and everything else to go do.
Right. We might wait until it kind of tapers off or kind of see how things go and then consider jumping in later.
Yeah, and of course, it could get a lot quieter in another week or so because a lot of people are going to be really curious what's going on downtown Disney because they haven't been there for a while.
And I understand that one completely. That's my number 1 argument. I miss Disney.
Yeah, she really wants to get those ears put on, doesn't she?
Yeah, definitely. I could do some damage down there. And the bakery at Marcheline's. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good about now.
So with that, that's kind of what we've seen. The only thing, the best advice that we could give you is pay attention to the Disney app on your phone. It's going to tell you more up-to-date information. And if you have a favorite restaurant or place you really wanted to go downtown Disney, check their website and see if it's available of what they're doing.
Yeah, so it should be really interesting. I'm excited that places are reopening. And right now it's kind of interesting too because unless it's outdoor seating in Southern California, whether it be Orange County, Los Angeles County, indoor restaurants are not allowed to open. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind.
And we're being told again, this is going to be for probably another 3 weeks or so, a possibility of time. Unfortunately, that means Disneyland. It's not going to be open either.
The thing I would say about Disneyland reopening, it's not going to reopen on the 17th like they predicted. They have said after July 4th that there would be some kind of announcement. We're all waiting on bated breath. We're excited to hear a date. It's makes everybody hopeful. It move this forward. And I know Disney is going to do everything they can to keep people as safe as possible.
Yeah, the good thing about Disneyland is they got Disney World as a model of what's going on right now, so they can do that. And also Shanghai Disney.
Yes, because it's actually it's not Disney that doesn't want to reopen, it's our local government and state government that's not allowing them to reopen.
So they're obviously trying to watch out for everybody's health and safety, so that's where we're at.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. The other part is I haven't heard, I think they've come back on when they're going to reopen Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Californian, and Paradise Pier. They haven't announced those dates.
So with that, that's the information we know.
Yeah, it's a lot and it's exciting and hopefully we keep going in the right direction.
Yes. So with that, it's time to say goodbye and
find your magic.
Bye,
Bye
everybody.
everyone.